All right, let's get ready to finish out this public show. I want to talk about Ruby Bridges really quickly. And the reason I want to talk about Ruby Bridges is because today, September 8th, is her 66th birthday. If you recall, Ruby Bridges is the young girl. She was, at the time, a very young elementary school girl who was on the front lines of desegregating schools there in New Orleans, Louisiana, based on the decision of the Supreme Court. I'm bringing up her story because it never ceases to amaze me how far removed we are not from Jim Crow America. And this is pertinent because so many times in this country, we are told to get over all the things that happened in this country to black people. We're told to do that because it's in the past. Well, Ruby Bridges is only 66 years old. Ruby Bridges is younger than my parents, which means my parents and probably quite a few of your parents in your audience were in America, in American schools during the time of segregation, which, if we go one step further, suggests to me that there are people in political power now who were alive and well during segregation. Go one step further and ask the question, what side of the debate do you think the 73-year-old Donald Trump was when Ruby Bridges was integrating school? She was in elementary school. Donald Trump was probably in high school. What side of the argument do you think that he was on? A lot of the people who are in power now are in that age bracket where they had fully formed opinions. Whether they were fully informed opinions or not is neither here nor there. They had fully formed opinions based on however they were raised, based on the culture that they were raised in. And even more importantly than using this to condemn the beginnings of these politicians, the Donald Trumps, where they are now, where they were then, I want you to understand that we are not so far removed from the Jim Crow past of this country, such that Ruby Bridges is only 66 years old, but also because Donald Trump knows that he can use unabashed racism as a tool to obtain political power in this country. It's not just the fact that this happened in our recent past. It's the fact that Donald Trump and the Republican Party can still capitalize on the racism that is in this country till this day. Then the Democrats are, hell, white supremacy is a bipartisan problem in this country. Period. But who is making very overt appeals to the racist in this country? Who is making the grand gestures and overtures in every way imaginable to this country? Because he knows that the racist DNA in this country still runs through the blood of people who were alive and well when they didn't want Ruby Bridges to come into their elementary school. Donald Trump. Yes, there is a problem of racism and white supremacy that is bipartisan, and there's not one party that has a monopoly on racism in this country. But there is a party that has mastered it. They have mastered it to the point where now Donald Trump can freely and openly say, if Joe Biden is elected, then there goes the suburbs. And then he can expressly say the reason the suburbs will be gone is because he's going to increase low-income housing and they're going to bring their crime. Donald Trump understands that racism is still a political appeal. That's how he won in 2016. That's how he plans on winning in 2020, in addition to undermining the Postal Service, in addition to undermining the concept of mail-in ballots, in addition to trying to intimidate voters by promising that there's going to be police officers and sheriff's deputies at the polls to make sure that they don't double vote, even though he just told his members, his supporters, to go out and vote twice. That's why all of these things put together, that's why I will be damned if you throw on top of Donald Trump's racism, his bigotry, his xenophobia, everything that he does to foment division in this country, I'll be damned if you throw on top of that the idea that this disingenuous war hawk is actually anti-war. No, not in the year of our Lord 20 and 20. Patrons, stay tuned. A whole lot more show to go. A lot more to go. Everyone else, if you want to access, patreon.com/the BPD show. Otherwise, thank you for being a beautiful audience. I will see you next time.